This is a tarot reading for Gemini, Sun, Moon, and Rising placement. This is a general reading, so take what resonates, leave the rest behind. Tarot is not fortune telling. I will not tell you anything you don't already know. This is just a tool for your soul's expansion, so if you're okay with that, we're going to go ahead and get into your reading. Geminis, we're going to do overall energy, clarification, and end with an oracle card. Let's get straight into your reading. At the bottom of the deck, you have the Ace of Wands. This is you getting some sort of download. This is you getting like the inspiration or the motivation to go after something. This is some sort of insight or a vision into the future, a vision into something. You know, people think daydreams are just daydreams, but they're visions of you in the future. If you align with that, you can create that. They don't just come to you for no reason. So this is you getting a download, and that's what you don't see coming. Right now, I feel like you're experiencing some sort of painful ending. It is the ending. It is the final straw. It is, it's definitely painful for you, but I feel like it, you know, as it's the 10 of Swords, it is the final, it is the completion of something. It's like this is the last straw or the final stretch, and it is painful right now, but it's kind of like, you know, the rain and then the rainbow. It's like you have to experience this hardship in order to learn the lessons you need to learn to move forward. And I think that this is the last straw for you, or something like that, to where moving forward you won't make the same mistakes, or you won't allow the same hurtful communication or ideas to infect you anymore. You won't allow disrespect moving forward, or you won't allow things to get to the point where they become painful anymore. You have the Knight of Wands. This is you moving towards this ending. This is you taking the action you need to take. This is very fast energy. You're creating something out of nothing. It doesn't matter what your external circumstance looks like. You're wanting to go towards completing this or ending this or whatever that is. You are gaining the confidence that it takes in order to move forward and like basically get over this like ending that's happening. You don't want to get stuck in the energy of like disappointment or pain and things like that. You don't want to dwell on what has happened. You want to take the energy, or even if it makes you angry, you want to take that anger and you want to use it as fuel moving forward. And I think that is what you're trying to do right now. You're kind of stuck between like you're feeling defensive and not wanting to see things clearly right now. There's like some decision that you have to make or something that you need to communicate, and you're kind of weighing your options of like, how can I do this? What's the best way to do this? But there's something about it either like keeping you up at night, or it's something you could be getting like dreams where like your dreams are trying to tell you something right now. It's something to do with the subconscious and your emotions, and kind of avoiding making a decision or communicating something. This, because it's in the middle of your spread, you could be telling yourself, on one hand, I have this familiarity and this like stability, and it's keeping you in place, versus moving towards ending this thing and creating something new. You might not want to do that because you feel like you'll be starting from nowhere, like you're starting from the beginning again and things like that. But yeah, there's something about making a decision or weighing the options between staying in familiarity and like ending this thing and starting anew. But I do think you will get the inspiration and motivation to move forward, because you have the Ace of Wands at the bottom of the deck. Let's go ahead and clarify these cards. this reading is not resonating, make sure to check your other placements. At the bottom of the deck, you have the 5 of coins. This is about a lack mindset, pessimism. This is like focusing on your worry, focusing on your loss, focusing on negativity and your plight, and not seeing that you have resources available to you. You have like a bright future. You do have people that you can fall back on. This is also about not asking for help when you need it, feeling like you're isolated, like no one cares, that kind of thing. I have something in my eye. Sorry. So focusing on your plight, focusing on uncomfortability, focusing on the negativity of a situation instead of, looking for the resources that are probably around you. With the 10 of Swords, this is backed by the Strength card. I do think that you need to find the strength within you, or you will get a new sense of inner strength once you make the decision, or once you allow this ending to unfold. Don't hold on to what's going on. Don't try to keep yourself in the past because you're afraid of the unknown. You need to let this ending happen. You need to let it unfold and trust that it's happening for you and not to you. I think that you might have a fear of moving forward or going towards things or starting from square one because in the past you've had to do that and it was very difficult, or you've been jaded in the past. You're jaded from the past. You're jaded from the things that have happened before. Maybe you tried to create something new before and you failed, and so you feel like you'll fail again, but that was a lesson and you weren't ready then, and now you are, like, type thing. And even if you aren't, and even if you try to do this thing and it doesn't work out, you will be better for it. You will learn something, as I'm sure if you can look back in the past, you know now why these things happened and how they brought you to where you are today. So yeah, try to know that this is like a last test of faith, and you will be able to move forward. You just have to allow yourself to. With the 2 of Swords, you have the Hanged Man as your clarification card. So this is surrendering and looking at things from a different perspective. I feel like you're holding on to an old perspective, or trying to convince yourself that you don't see that you need to move forward, that you don't see that things aren't working out. You're blinding yourself, and you're allowing your emotions to influence you to make decisions that aren't for your best interest. You need to think logically. You need to tap into the ability to, this is viewing things differently than before, change, enlightenment, letting go, pausing, surrendering. Maybe you need to take time to make a better decision, but really looking at things from a different perspective, surrendering to this change, knowing that you're guided and protected, and that things are always working out best case scenario, even if in the moment you don't understand why they're happening that way. The 6 of Cups is backed by the Queen of Pentacles. So I think that I'm going to pull one more card for this message. For some of you, not for all, this has to do with a child and a mother relationship. I think that this has to do with wanting to provide and wanting to create a certain life for the people that you take care of. It doesn't have to be a child. And looking at things, looking at how maybe you've tried to do everything on your own before, and how it didn't work out. Also, for other people, this is about How can you reparent yourself? How can you reparent yourself so that you can be better for the children in your life, for the people that you take care of, for yourself, for your inner child? How can you reparent yourself? How can you focus on creating positive emotions, happy emotions, creating a stable foundation for yourself so that you can handle when things happen that are a little bit chaotic? How can you like focus on all of the accomplishments that you've made this far, like telling yourself that you've come so far, reparenting yourself, giving yourself affirmation for how well you're doing, how well you've done, things like that. This is either like you need to go to a mother figure or some sort of female figure or some sort of feminine energy or intuitive person that can give you advice or make you feel better about yourself. Like this could be a mother, or this is you needing to be a more intuitive and nurturing person towards the people in your life, but also towards yourself, mainly towards yourself, because the only way that you can be that for other people is if you be that for yourself first. So looking at the relationship with reparenting yourself, your relationship with your own parents, how are you shaped to be the way that you are? How can you shape the people that you're responsible for? How can you tap into taking care of yourself, creating stability for yourself, creating emotional stability for yourself? You need to be able to have like an inner stillness to fall back on when you do have these chaotic moments, when you do have these endings happening, when you do have these tests of faith happening. I don't know why I stuttered just there. The 10 of coins is backed by the Judgment card. I see that you're wanting to create this happily ever after situation, or this complete stability. You want financial stability. You want to feel embodied. You want to have a happy home life. You want comfort. You want generational wealth. You want harmonious home life and work-life balance and things like that. I think that in order to curate that for yourself, you need to walk in alignment with your higher self, with your soul's purpose. You need to stop focusing on the negative, focusing on things that haven't worked out. You need to quit stopping yourself from moving forward just because you're familiar with what's been going on. You need to trust that the universe or God or whatever you want to call it has your back. Your highest self has your back. You need to be able to trust yourself moving forward. I do think that you're going to gain the insight that you're looking for. It just depends on whether or not you're going to take care of yourself and make the decisions that you need to make moving forward, which is about, having a strategy and making sure that you're only giving towards situations that are going to be beneficial for you in the future. Like not speaking to people in ways that aren't, not speaking to other people or yourself in ways that are counterproductive, spiteful, sneaky, things like that. Also not dwelling on what's not working, but instead having gratitude for what is working, for what you already have. And really just self-care, self-love, not projecting onto other people, not making permanent decisions based on temporary emotions. Let's go ahead and pull an oracle card to end your reading. You are about to shine, number 26. Armadillo. Just as we see armadillo wearing an armor of scales, this reinforces the idea of going inward. The inward work is exactly what allows us to shine outward. This inner contemplation leads to a more brilliant inner light that will eventually be witnessed and felt by all. Armadillo says that what you have to offer will be recognized. Do not get bogged down with how and when. Do not be led by outside validation. Instead, be led by the greater consciousness that you were created from. We connect to our inner light when we connect to the source that created us. Armadillo's medicine asks you to create a very intimate relationship with that which created you. You are being asked to level up your daily prayers and create a dialogue with life. Drop all your wants and desires and create an intense conversation with the Great Mystery about receiving guidance to do what you were created to do. We all have a special gift that lies dormant within us, waiting to actualize. In this moment of deep connection to the Great Mystery, a mysterious energy begins to activate our gift. This conversation and prayer you create needs to feel very real. Prayer does not need to look one specific way. It is intimate communion with that which you were created from. Start speaking to life. If you create this intense and mystical relationship with life daily, you will begin to witness yourself unlocking all of your gifts. Life speaks back to those who speak to it, but it is your job to start the conversation. You might not receive an answer right away, but it will come to you with full force in the perfect way at the right time. Armadillo's medicine says that you are about to be seen, heard, felt, witnessed, understood, and recognized. It's coming for you. You are about to shine so brightly. But now is the before time where you must ignite your gift of light through going inward and channeling the universe. I hope that you guys liked this reading. If you did, let me know in the comments below how it resonated. If you guys want a personal, you can book that through Etsy. Don't forget to check your other placements for a better message, a more clear message, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching.